Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot. This reading is for Monday and Tuesday, January 9th and 10th. I'm just feeling like doing a reading. There's a lot going on in the sky, actually. We've got a really nice trine between Venus and Mars, so I feel like that's a nice balance and a nice cooperation between our masculine and feminine energies. And we also have the moon moving into Leo, thank goodness, out of Cancer. I don't know about you, but that full moon in Cancer really kicked my you-know-what. Oh my goodness. So the moon's moving into Leo, and so is Black Moon Lilith moving into Leo. They're conjunct. And Black Moon Lilith is, I was just looking that up because I wasn't real familiar with what that is, and it's actually the dark side of the moon. It's not a thing in itself. It's sort of a location. And I was reading about the meaning of it. It was really interesting. I found it on this website called thecut.com. Just Google Black Moon Lilith, and then, anyway, that popped up. It was really interesting. It'll tell you where no, you have to go to astro.com for that. I forgot. I went to astro.com to find out where mine was. Of course, it's in a difficult place. Of course it is. Of course it is. Anyway, I wanted to do a lighthearted reading. So I was asking the cards, like, where and how do we find romance right now? And when I say romance, that could be true romance, like, romance, love and romance, or it could be romance with a capital R, as in creativity, because not all of us are looking for romance, but I think we're all looking for that feeling in our lives of passion and creativity and, something less heavy than the energy we've been going through. So that's what I asked the cards. I don't know what we got. I thought I should have an idea of what they mean before I start, but I realized that if I start doing that by myself, I just get all tangled up. So I'm going to start with a couple of quotes, and if I can find the ones I had chosen. Yeah, I've probably said these before, but this is an Emily Dickinson quote, and she said, not knowing, not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. That's good advice, especially for right now. And this is an old Sufi proverb. I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God. That's pretty profound, I think. So, yeah, so anyway, let's see what we got here, and let's see if I can make heads or tails out of it, because it looks very interesting tonight. Because we start out with the Queen of Cups, but she's in the reverse. And she is the queen who is all about getting lost in your emotions, which really, if you think about romance, even if it's with a capital R, if you're talking about writing or creating music, creating anything, or falling in love, you kind of do lose yourself. You channel that feeling nature, and that's what she's all about. But she's in the reverse, so I'm kind of hurt because I was asking the cards, how do we access our inner Queen of Cups right now, our creativity, our romance, and she's in the reverse. So I'm thinking maybe this isn't going to be the most dreamy time, perhaps because the next card I get is the Queen of Pentacles, who's all about being down to earth. So I'm thinking, okay, we get into our creative power right now by literally being in our power in our daily lives, instead of being all dreamy and, oh, I want this and I want that. You gotta stand up and actually do something, or this is not a great time for, I don't want to say it's not a great time for dreaming or imagining, but it's not a great time for just sitting around dreaming and not doing something about it. And she's often the card of patience, which means it may not happen right away. But since I asked that question and she's next to the upside down Queen of Cups, I'm feeling like she's all about organizing and taking care of your daily life. If you want to manifest anything, you got to make sure your ducks are in a row. And then this is interesting. We get the Six of Wands, which is generally an achievement. It's the victory. It's the laurel wreath. It's victory, but it's in the reverse. which is kind of telling me, again, I'm feeling like maybe maybe your expectations should not be this big parade and this big, hoo-ha about, well, I shouldn't say that. Some people, never mind. Anyway, it shouldn't be this big, you have to achieve this massive thing. You don't. Because the next card is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is the card of, this is a card of abundance. But it's like daily life abundance. Pardon my throat. It's just not going right lately. You have what you need. But, and be thankful for it. Be thankful for what you have. Because this is all about being happy with what you've got, being grounded, being organized. It's not about, again, it's not about, dreaming and thinking, and it's about taking care of business. And then we get the Emperor, who is masculine energy. And this is all about, being in your power, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. We all have masculine energy inside us. And this is telling me, oh, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I guess it's too late. This is telling me that we need to stand up for ourselves, and we need to stake a claim to what is rightfully ours. Don't let anybody push you around. This is a time to really, really feel comfortable in your own skin. And, I'm not putting this very well. Just be in your own power. Don't let anybody kick you out of it. And then I draw Justice, and it's in the reverse. And Justice is all about balance. This is when we feel like things are fair. It's in the reverse, so it's telling me that we may feel like things are not fair right now, and that things are a little bit out of balance, which is kind of odd since we have Venus trined Mars, which is a balancing of our masculine and feminine energy. You may not be feeling that yet. Hopefully you will, but it looks like there's a feeling right now of perhaps struggling to achieve that balance. And then we get the Page of Cups, which is a very tender emotion. Could be the beginning of a romance if you're looking for romance right now. It could be the beginning of a creative idea, but it's on the feeling level more than the mental level. It's a very tender emotion that needs to be nurtured, or it will not survive. So you may have a new, just a new emotional side of you that perhaps came out during the full moon that you're trying to work with. I felt like this full moon that we just had was really about self-love and self-nurturing. So this could be you trying to nurture yourself, and maybe you're not used to doing that. And then we get the Sun again in the reverse, which is interesting because I just said the Moon and Black Moon Lilith are both moving into Leo, which is ruled by the Sun. And we get the Sun in reverse. So this is kind of a lack of clarity. And the Sun rules creativity and romance because it rules Leo. And it's in the reverse. So I'm thinking, okay, if this is not a time for really, jumping off and going, woohoo, this is, I'm going to start a new romance. I'm going to start a creative project. This is more about taking stock of what you've got and cleaning out the cupboards. This is real exciting, isn't it? But it's stronger than that. It's more about taking stock of what you have inside you that has its own power. And so it's less about looking outside yourself or saying, I need to make something or connect with someone else. No, it's about finding out who you are inside. And that will bring you the feeling of abundance of, oh, okay, this is what I've got to work with. This is the Queen of Pentacles. She's got it all. She's got her pentacles. She doesn't need anything else. And she's also good at waiting. So, okay, let's draw a couple of oracle cards because let's see if I'm on track with, this is interesting. Community, because I just told you didn't need anybody else. Bite my tongue here. When I said that, I meant we always need other people, but you don't need anybody else to make you who you are or to give you your own power. You are enough in yourself. But once you find yourself, then it's almost your responsibility to share that with others. And sometimes helping others is a great way to not only discover yourself, but just to feel yourself, when you're giving. And this goes along with the pentacles that we've gotten, building blocks. This is really about building something solid. So I guess my idea about romance was my own desire to do something creative and something new. And this is telling me, maybe, but this is more about really building something solid. And I feel like it's related to just your inner self, since we had that full moon in Cancer, which is all about nurturing and, I don't know, a lot of emotional stuff came up for me, but this is definitely about, finding your home base inside yourself. And then, yeah, you can share it afterwards, okay? I'm going to draw a couple of fairy oracle cards just for fun because I love them. Prick up your ears. So this is a time for listening more than speaking. You might watch your words. Sometimes this can mean keep your mouth shut and listen, okay? It can also mean that someone's trying to pull a fast one on you and you need to question authority. Definitely. Okay. One more fairy card. Who wants to come out? Okay, no, we're not having 5. Oh dear. Listen, I gotta look at the one under. No, gosh, that's... What have I done? What have I done? Okay, we get the Elven Knight. Wow. Okay. I wouldn't exactly call him grounded. He's like an electric purple knight charging through the woods here. And underneath him was the sorcerer. So let me see what they... I'm not real familiar with him. I kind of get a sense that he's, a little bit of fairy coming in to mess up the works. But who am I to know? Enchantment, call of fairy, leadership. The Elven Knight summons us to heed the call of fairy. This is the male energy that can draw you deeper into the world beyond our own. Much of the energy in fairy is female, but there is a true balance of male energy there as well. The Elven Knight, the consort of the Queen, can rule equally in this land. Well, yeah, we got the Emperor, and as I said, Mars and Venus are in a trine right now. They're both in air signs, but that's a real conversation between the masculine and the feminine. Let's see, what else does it say? We wish nothing more than to follow the call of the Elven Knight deep into his realm. The danger is that once we have followed in the wake of the troop, we will not want or even be able to return to our own world and will be instead lost forever in the land of fairy. Okay, so it says if the card is alone, well, it's not really, because I drew Prick Up Your Ears first, which is kind of a warning too. We must be aware of what our heart is yearning for. Is it something we can have? Is it a hopeless yearning for something unattainable or something unwise for us to pursue? The energy is a powerful motivator to go forward, leading the way and taking others with us on our path if it's drawn as a companion to other cards. Okay, so I'm going to say that yes, it's a driving force to go forward in our lives and to find our masculine energy. And when I say masculine, I don't so much mean wand energy as in going out and doing, as much as I mean sitting in our own power. It's more the Capricorn energy, which is interesting because Capricorn rules the father, but it's a feminine sign. It is not a masculine sign. And remember, the goat has a fish tail, so it's kind of, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, or as I like to say, half of one and 6 dozen of the other. Anyway, so I think overall this is telling us to be in your own power in a very grounded way. Stay grounded. Listen rather than blab everything. Talk to myself here. Share with others. Again, not your personal stuff, but just lend a giving hand. If you've got it already in yourself, share it. Don't forget to ask for help from others. And here comes some fairy energy to help us along. But don't get lost in it. Don't get lost upside down in the Queen of Cups. Don't get lost in the feeling energy, which this to me is like the full moon in Cancer on its way out. Like, goodbye, thank you for drowning me. See you some other time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really glad to see some pentacles. So you might feel a little knocked off balance by that full moon, but a new emotion is starting. You've got it inside you. You've got the building blocks, and just, clean up your side of the street, and I think you're going to be okay. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So blessings to everybody, and I will see you soon. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Leave me a comment if you want to. I love to read them. Thank you. Good night.